A man who showed signs of marijuana use cut off a school bus from Kingman and made it crash on I-10 in Marana yesterday. That's from a charging document against Nicholas Luis Rodriguez.
Yeah, KGUN 9's Craig Smith reports from Marana on what DPS says about the crash and what the Kingman school superintendent says about the kindness our neighbors showed those students.
We're having a smooth ride down I-10, very different from the period where I-10 was closed for a lot of miles due to a school bus accident where a school bus ended up on its side. State troopers tell us that a man in an SUV cut off that bus, ran it out of control, and now he's facing some serious charges. 35 students from the Kingman School District headed to Tucson for a conference for young business leaders. They were almost to the end of a 6-hour trip when there was trouble. DPS says Nicholas Luis Rodriguez veered his SUV suddenly into the bus's lane and hit the corner of the bus. As the bus driver fought to regain control, the bus crossed 3 lanes, ran into the median, fell on its side, and slid about 50 feet. Of 35 students, 4 staff, and the driver, 3 people had serious injuries. 1 person's hand was amputated. Troopers tested the bus driver and Rodriguez. They found the bus driver was not impaired, but Rodriguez was. They say he tested positive for THC, the active ingredient in marijuana. Now he's facing 3 felony charges of aggravated assault. Kingman school superintendent is grateful there were only 3 serious injuries, and she's grateful for the story she heard from the bus driver of drivers who saw children in trouble and hit the brakes to pull over and help.
He talked about, total strangers helping get kids off of the bus, to console those who were, struggling or injured on the side of the road, making phone calls. A lot of the phones were strewn about, and lending their phones to students to make calls to their parents. Any way, shape, or form someone could be supportive or helpful. It happened yesterday on the side of I-10.
She says local hospitals went beyond basic medical care with things like stacks of pizza to comfort the traumatized students. Superintendent Dorner says most of the students are home in Kingman now, though some were fearful about boarding another bus. Now she says her school district is working to help students heal from the trauma of those terrible moments on Interstate 10. Near Marana, Craig Smith, KGUN 9.